Whoa, what are you doing?
Oh my god. What do I do? What do I hit?
One.
Welcome back to Flamingly Unfiltered. My name is Zachary.
And I'm Thomas.
This is our podcast where we explore the intersection of the internet and gay culture.
Tackle Reddit's wild stories.
And
whatever else the fuck we want. Because not only are we flaming,
we're unfiltered.
Action.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. No clapping.
It's okay, dude.
You know the rules. No clapping, no laughing, no smiling, no touching.
No loud noises.
Nope. I don't know if you heard me scream a minute ago, but I fell for one of those videos where it's this guy and he's like, "Oh, there's something in the fridge. There's something in the fridge." And I was like, "Ooh, let's see what's in the fridge." Like a fucking nerd. And he's like moving stuff around, and then it was like that jump scare type of video. And I fell for it and I screamed. And then Reggie's like freaking out and he's climbing on me, licking me, seeing what's wrong, and I'm like, "It's fine, I'm just a dummy."
That's hilarious. We watched the Hunger Games.
Yes, Thomas forced me to go. He dragged me along. I'm just kidding. It was actually really good.
It was good.
I liked
Loved
it.
it.
I liked it more than the other ones. I like this one better than all the other ones.
Yeah, this one felt better. Like, I really like Jennifer Lawrence, but this one did feel better production wise overall.
Yeah. I liked Lucy Gray. I like the singing. I like the snakes.
Did
I love
you know
snakes.
that the singing is in the original ones too?
Yeah. That song.
Yeah, that's just that one song. The hanging tree or whatever. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. There's a lot of Easter eggs in it.
Yep. And everyone's in love with
Calanus.
Yeah, it was like, it's not Cornelius.
Yeah. I was like, who names their kid Caladius?
Well,
Calanus.
I told you the story behind it. Apparently it's a actual Greek.
Yeah.
Back to Greek or.
But who named that person Calanus?
Yeah.
Like, I think anus has been a word for a while, right?
Yep.
I don't freaking know.
I don't know either.
We have 17 subscribers.
Ooh.
On YouTube.
On our way.
So if we reach 100, we'll dress and drag.
Yep.
On YouTube.
I was thinking it was like
100 subscribers on YouTube. So subscribe, people.
Tell your friends.
Okay, so I have an update on Britney Spears' uncle.
That's one of my things.
It's actually not his uncle.
Yep, it's her business manager. I was like, I'm going to do some research on what's going on because this is a weird post about her uncle. I still don't understand why she called it.
I had done the research, but I didn't actually read the full article.
Oh, yeah.
So I read the TMZ article, but I stopped like halfway. So we could have had the scoop 1 week ago, but
we needed material, that's all.
No. True. We needed to bring it up again.
Yes. Just to bring it back to Britney's.
Britney Spears is not incestual. It was like, apparently it's been a running joke.
It's her hot manager.
Yeah.
Who is married and I think has kids, so we have to stop lusting after him.
Well, I mean, who I wasn't lusting after him.
Well.
If you want to roll the tapes.
Is that her uncle?
Yep, that's her uncle.
Oh, hello. I mean, what's her uncle's name for research purposes?
I have no idea.
Well, is it like a step uncle or like a uncle removed where it doesn't count? I'm gonna Google this after. I think
you had to hide a boner last episode.
What's your first story? What's going on here?
I'm not done yet.
Just kidding.
Did you hear that Billie Eilish is now lesbian?
That is my other thing. Stop it.
I just saw it like last night, and I even said to you, I was like, "Did you hear any of that?" Because it was a TikTok.
Was it this
and you
morning?
were like sleeping or something, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, I've only been up for like less than an hour.
I've been up since 7 a.m. Zach just woke up at noon.
Yeah, I'm like, "Good morning." He's like, "I've done 80 things." I was like, "Oh well, good for you."
I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm ready for a nap." I'm like, "I'll stay sleeping. I will definitely stay sleeping." So Billie Eilish is a lesbian.
Yeah, that's so fun. In the interview, she's like, "Yeah, I didn't realize I was like coming out. I just thought it was something that everybody knew."
Yeah, she's like, "I didn't really feel I needed to state something." She's like, "I just assumed."
I've spent my life loving girls and being really worried that they hate me for some reason and wanting to impress them and whatever else. And I felt like one with the girls. I want to be a girl's girl so bad. Girls are amazing in so many ways.
You felt like for a long time women didn't like you, and when that came out, all the women were like, we love her.
I know.
How did that reception feel? Has your mind changed a little bit?
I'm still scared of them, but I think they're pretty.
Billy, did you mean to come out in the story?
Girl. No, I didn't, but I kind of thought, wasn't it obvious? Like, it's kind of been, I didn't realize people didn't know, so.
We need to get to a point where you don't even have to come out, so.
I just don't really believe in it. I'm just like, why can't we just exist? I've been doing this for a long time, and I just didn't talk about it. Whoops.
But I love the interview, the clip of the interview, they're called interviewer, Jesus, and you know, she's like, oh, I like girls, I think they're pretty, you know, she's just kind of being goofy and funny and stuff like that, and then she kind of says like, I didn't know I had to state it, call it out, and then the interviewer is like, I'm gay too, you're in a safe space, and I was like, she's shooting her shot, like, I'm also gay, Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
You're gay. I'm gay.
You're beautiful. I'm beautiful. Yeah. So that's exciting. We've acquired another one.
Another stone for the gauntlet. Or whatever.
Yeah, what's it called?
Stones.
What's the Thanos thing? Yeah.
We have acquired another stone. Did I ever tell you what my Spotify Wrapped was?
No, you did not.
Like my top artists?
Oh yes, you did. It was
the Stoja or whatever, the lo-fi artist that I really like. But did I tell you number 2?
No.
Take a guess.
Is it Taylor Swift?
Yes! How did that happen is my question, because I listened to her in this, like, look, if you look at my liked songs, which are the only songs that I like, listen to, I have like 7 songs that I liked of her. You know what I mean? So am I playing those 7 songs over and over and over?
Yes, you sure are.
Was that just in the summer though?
Yeah, I feel like you did.
I do remember playing like Bejeweled 400,000 times, and Karma is a good one. I remember playing those songs a lot, but like enough to be on my number 2.
Yeah, I guess. What else have you been playing then? I feel like maybe because Taylor Swift has taken over the world, her plays count for double or something.
Number 2 is Taylor Swift. Oh, number 3, Lady Gaga, of course.
Oh yeah.
Number 4, Concerned Ape, which is
little color palette back there.
It's Stardew Valley's.
Oh.
And then number 5, Beyonce.
Beyonce. I don't think I've ever listened to music on Spotify.
Yeah, then it might not
maybe that's why I don't have one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might not even create one for you.
Like, you listened to this one Beyonce song
once
6 months ago.
Beyonce, you were of 99% listeners that listened to that one song once.
Otherwise, it's just true crime.
Before we go into the gay of the day, I'm rewatching French for the 400th time. Because I'm doing that, because Walter is stuck kind of in the past. He had been in the insane asylum for whatever years. So when he got out, he's like, I don't know what any of this stuff is. He still uses like floppy disks and stuff. And what is an obsolete piece of tech that you think is actually like you would still use it if it were alive and well?
Oh.
And I said the floppy disk.
I thought floppy disks were so fun.
So much fun. And also like
loved fingering the floppy hole.
Yeah, there's just something about it that made it easier to like organize.
Well, and then
it's like the USB-C or the USB drives. I'm like, those I lose those.
Well,
immediately.
And then I love the thing too, where it's like you put in the USB drive, you look at it because you have to make sure it's going in like a puzzle piece, and you're like, okay, I got this, and you click, and it's like, tick, 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 and it doesn't go in. So you flip it, it also doesn't go in. Then you flip it again, and it works. And it's like, how did that even happen?
The USB is what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah.
Floppy disk is
like when I'm plugging in my phone, I'm like,
Yes. Yeah, there's so many things. I mean, obviously for nowadays, they could put more storage on them.
Right.
But I remember the floppy disks back in the day having like 100 megabytes or something.
I remember the satisfying when like you'd put it in and it would suck in like the really thin, like actually like floppy ones. Those ones are really satisfying.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then-
See, I didn't use those at all. I just had the
hard plastic ones.
Yeah, the hard plastic ones, which
I remember the ones.
remove the name floppy.
The ones I had were like this big.
Yeah.
And they were basically like paper. But then so that was satisfying when the computer took that one in. But then when the hard plastic ones came out, it was like that was so sad.
Yeah. And like the button that pops out and you press the button and it pops.
Yep, exactly.
Pops it back out. I remember just loving having a floppy disk.
Yep.
Because they made you use them in like
I used the same
computer class or whatever.
I was obsessed with my MP3 players.
Yeah.
I know I could do that on my phone, but I just feel like it's not the same for some reason. Like I never listen to music on here. I just like carrying my little MP3 player around. What was that one?
I listen to music all the time on my phone, so I can't really say that I stopped. I do remember when the iPod became, like I got an iPhone, so then my music could be on my phone. I do remember the first time that I got a call while I was listening to music and thinking, oh, thank God. It like pauses the music for you. It lets you know somebody's calling.
Saves your space.
Because I remember having an iPod and like missing calls because my music's blaring, and I don't hear the ringer.
Oh yeah.
Or like I see it go off and I go to answer it, but then my music's blaring, so I'm like, oh, like 1 second,
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about in the car.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a problem anywhere else. Just like in the car.
I'm trying to find the one I had. It's like Voon or something like that. Zune. There we go. And
Zune was so cool. Too.
Yeah. And I was like, this is perfectly fine. I had every single song I wanted on there. I had Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Paramore, and I would have it in my hoodie pocket. And I remember cutting holes in my hoodie pocket. I could either string up the headphone into my ear, or I would put it through my sleeve because I would sit like this all day. I told you my teacher thought I was cheating. Did I tell you this? My nervous story.
I'm sure, but go on.
Embarrassing story of the day. So I had English class, and I hate English class because I don't know English. My teacher was kind of mean, but I was not a great student either. And we took our final, and I was listening to music, and I had my pens and pencils in my hoodie pocket and my MP3 player, and I would sit there, and I'd be like clicking the songs like this, trying to find the one I wanted, and I sat in there and did the final. There's 2 finals in a day, so she was in the morning, and then whatever the next class was, and then I got a phone call saying to come to her class, and I was like, what could it be, and I was thinking, and I was dwelling, thinking I was in trouble, and I get gassy when I get in trouble. So
is that why you're so gassy? You're always in trouble?
I'm always nervous, so I'm always gassy. But I was like nervous, and I was like, oh God. So like right before I got to her classroom, I was like, I have enough time to release the nervous fart, and then it'll waft away. And as I got into her classroom, it had followed me, and she was leaving, and I was going in, and so it was like a collision. And all of a sudden, she goes,
"Oh!"
And she's like, "Oh, hi, Zachary. Thank you for coming. I have a question." And I was like, "What's up?" Like just trying to like avoid it. And she's like, "You got an A- on your test." And she's like, "I find that very suspicious. I have to ask you if you cheated." And because we couldn't have anything on her desk, but I saw you fumbling in your pocket. I saw you like, looking down and like fumbling in your pocket. And I was like, it was my MP3 player. I was like I pulled it out, and I was like, here it is. It was my MP3 player. I was just changing the songs. She's like, oh, then you can't put anything on there. And I was like, I don't know how that would even happen. I don't even know if you could do that at the time, record. Like, I was like, nope, it was my MP3 player. I was like, here, it's all just music. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know if that's an option on this thing. And she's like, okay, well, thank you for coming in and being honest. And
next time, don't fart.
Congratulations on your test, and please never fart again. So, yeah. And then I was like, run away because I was so embarrassed. I was like,
boosting away.
So that's my embarrassing fart story of where I cheated.
You may now hit the heart.
Hit the heart. Uh-oh. Heart.
This is the Yassified Wolverine.
What is this? Oh, I like that one.
So they did AI, like yassified Wolverine.
Those pants.
Oh, Wolverine Barbie is what they.
Oh, that one's good.
I know. All of these are so funny.
That one's great. Make out. That's so funny. I like all the blades are, those ones look like icicles, but they're all just like a little
Weird.
askew.
Yeah.
They're not straight and they're not
Like, look at those ones.
Those are some cute dainty blades.
I bumped into that on Instagram.
That's so funny.
I had to show you. I'm ready for the gay of the day if you are.
Hit gay.
Yes.
Gay.
These are a few of our Gavorite things. The gay portion, not that it's not all gay,
Everything
but
is
this
gay.
is the segment where we talk about our favorite Gavorite thing.
What's
You
yours?
go first.
Oh, okay. So mine, I have what is called a shopping addiction, and I purchased some plants on Black Friday from Plant Daddies. They are a polytriad couple, and they started their plant company during COVID.
Wait, what's polytriad?
They're a throuple, and they have their own plant company. They are from Georgia. They are crazy. They're insane. These plants are like twice the size of what I expected. So I'm very, very excited, and we have the gays to thank for it.
We'll put you on a tour and we'll start it here.
A plant tour. I
Yeah.
love plant tours because usually when I order plants online, they're just like little babies, and they're just starter plants to be more affordable. Well, these plants were affordable, and like I said, the pictures, they're just like, they looked smaller in the photos, and then I get there and I'm like, oh, this big beautiful plant. I'm just like having a meltdown, and I peer pressured my mom to go get me another plant, so I had lots of plants. Thomas also got me let me open up a Christmas present early, and he got me a disco ball planter, which has a plant from the Plant Daddies in it.
Yeah.
So
you'll see that in this section.
All right, everybody. Here is the first plant from the Plant Daddies tour. This one is a Moonlight Schinapsis. Thomas gets all the moon plants up in his plant collection. Yeah, very pretty. It'll eventually climb. They get nice whitish silvery leaves like this one. Next plant on the Plant Daddy tour is this Milk and Confetti Syngonium. They get nice little ruffly leaves when they're new, and they'll pop open and give us this nice confetti pink speckled. And they'll get lighter and milkier looking like this one. Next on the Plant Daddy tour, I had to get up on the chair. I'm so high. So this one is called a Florida Bronze. It's got these nice sword-shaped leaves. Comes up and it gets this nice pretty bronze color. Then eventually they'll start to turn more green as they get bigger. Here's the disco ball Thomas got me for Christmas. God damn it, that's cute.
That's cute.
I've wanted one of these for a long time, so I'm very excited for it. And then I put another Plant Daddy plant in here. This is a Microgramma Salata. It's got these little dots on there. I think they look like belt loop holes in them, but then it's got these underneath it, which I'm assuming are the seeds. I don't know, I have to educate myself on this one, but I don't have this one and I've never seen it before, so of course I had to buy it. Here is the Rojo Congo Philodendron. Just nice. Got some coloration on the undersides of the leaves. Got some kind of variegation on there. And then the new growth is red and pink like that, so I think it's really cute. And then this is the last plant in this tour. This one is not from Plant Daddies. This is the Burl Marks Flame. This is one of my prized possessions besides Alice. I have wanted this one for a long time. They're pretty rare, but this one is from Lost in the Forest in the cities. Eventually the leaves will get bigger and fatter, and it'll get like a typical Monstera deliciosa, but the leaves will just be more thin and sort of more whimsical. I needed it. Yep, that's my gay of the day. Is the plant daddies. I'm very, very excited.
Here's my Gavorite thing of the day.
Oh my god, you're so dumb. I haven't gotten you anything live in real time. Shut up! Oh my god!
I got us both.
Oh, cool.
We're claiming two spirits so we can have like a book club thing.
This is a great idea. This is a book we talked about two spirits.
Yeah.
This is a great idea.
I know, I was editing that episode and I was like, that's a good present idea. That's actually a really good book, a big book.
It's a big book. I like the cover. Ooh, that's a sturdy book.
We can do like, maybe not a chapter. We could do like a chapter, like every other episode and talk about it or something.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. Then we can read it together. Book club. Okay,
Book
the
club.
chapters are kind of long.
Oh.
So maybe not.
You'll have to teach me
like
how to
every
read.
other. Teach you how to read.
Yep.
We could do like popcorn.
Oh my god. Thomas, go.
Popcorn beans.
Popcorn beans. Toe beans.
Popcorn ready. Well, should we read some Reddit stories?
Let's do it. Should I hit the Reddit button?
Yeah.
Reddit stories.
Reddit stories. When someone gets head and they finish, do they clean their penis or do they just stick it back in their pants?
Just stick it back in your pants. It's like a lot of work
To clean.
to clean it off.
I like this one because the comments are all like the comments are all just like trolling, of course. I mean the post is kind of trolling.
Yeah, I feel like it's meant to be dumb and silly.
It's on the no stupid questions one.
Oh.
That's a really thoughtful question. I applaud you for asking it. Penis maintenance is an under-discussed human behavior. The answer is, does the penis belong to a person who cares?
Yep. Yeah, some people are like, need a shower. Some people are like, whatever, we'll worry about it later. That seems like a future me problem.
I know I saw one that said, didn't it just get cleaned off?
That's very true. They should be cleaning it off for you. That's the whole point.
Dude, clean it up. It's not hard anymore.
But
I feel like the people that are like, you know, you should clean it are, dare I say, women.
yeah, the ones giving.
The ones giving the blowjobs. Whereas the men are like, well, isn't it clean now?
Isn't it clean? I'll clean it later when I shower in 4
Yeah.
days. Am I the asshole for lying about my sexuality? I, female, have been living in my apartment for a few months now and have become good friends with my roommate, female. We are both part of the LGBTQ community, me being pansexual and her being bisexual. Here's where I messed up. Growing up, I've always had issues with my body and feeling ugly due to being bullied into thinking I was too fat. As I got older, I knew I was too embarrassed of myself to show my body to anybody, let alone have a sexual experience with anyone. I then started telling people I was asexual so they wouldn't ask me about things like sex. And so I wouldn't have to tell people why I never planned to have sex. Fast forward 2 weeks ago when I ended up having my first sexual experience. I was talking to my roommate, brought it up, and she got a weird look on her face. She asked me about how I was asexual, and I ended up telling her the real reason I never wanted to talk about sex and how I viewed myself. She blew up at me and told me I was two-faced for tricking her into thinking I'm asexual. Then she stormed off and left the apartment. When she reacted like that, I was shocked and confused, but I can't help but to wonder if I did something wrong. I get this. I just thought when I was younger, I was just like, it's just never going to happen because I'm fat. Because nobody wants to have sex with fat people. You know, like that's what I always thought. And I mean, I didn't tell people I was asexual, but you know, I get what she's talking about. She just doesn't feel good about herself. So I get that. But then it's like something happened and she had the sex, and I don't get why her friend is tripping out though. You can be asexual and have sex. You can do that. They can be both true at the same time.
Right. Everything's a spectrum.
Yeah.
So the roommate's mad because she had sex?
Yeah.
I
And she
just
could,
had sex.
and she called, I just had
And
sex.
it felt
She said
so
she's,
good.
she said
Felt
she's,
so good.
she said she's two-faced for lying about being asexual. And it's like, I don't know, I'm asexual, but I just happen to have sex.
That's the hard thing about labels, is that that's what it is. Like, even saying, like, to tie it back to our last episode when we talked about queer versus gay,
Oh yeah.
like, some people just say queer, so it's like, you know that I'm under the umbrella.
Yeah.
And I think it is because, I don't know, your thoughts and feelings change every second, I feel like. So
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it could be year by year. It's like, okay, I've been asexual until I was 20, and then I had sex, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this
yeah.
is changing. Something's changing in me, and that's fine. You can grow and evolve.
Yeah, puberty too, your hormones, everything changes.
Yep, exactly. One of the things I thought of was maybe the roommate has a crush on her, and that's one of the comments right away.
True,
is
yeah.
the roommate's pissed off because she had sex
And
with somebody else.
yeah, there could be some, like, oh, she's asexual, so then we can be, you know, emotionally detached or something.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's saying she's not the asshole. Obviously, she's not the asshole.
Right, for having sex.
I don't know. Yeah, and it's none of your business. Like I feel like some, I feel like friends do that. They're like, oh, I got lucky last night, and it's like you guys have a little chit chat about having sex, and it's like that's probably where she was going, and the roommate blew it up for no reason. She's like thinking she's gonna tell her hussy story, and
sounds like she needs boundaries.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I'm never telling you anything ever again.
Yeah, am I the asshole for telling my daughter-in-law she isn't invited since she is an embarrassment at dinners because she is a picky eater? My son's on my ass, so I'm writing here for different opinions. My son has been married for 2 years at this point. We get along as well as water and oil. I keep my distance just because I don't like dealing with her. She is a horrible picky eater. I don't know why, but truly I don't care because she is a pain at restaurants. We try to go anywhere and we have to change places multiple times so she can have something to eat. That is kind of annoying.
No.
She makes the waiters go through hoops so she'll have something she likes, and if anything is wrong, she'll bitch about it or pout in the corner. Example, she got a quesadilla, removed everything on it, and when it came out, she sent it back because there was sour cream on the side.
On the side?
It wasn't touching anything, and she made a huge deal about her food being wrong. She doesn't have allergies either. Okay, that's
no.
Instant.
And it's like
uninvite instantly.
Yeah, I would say like, okay, you only like pizza. Well, then we're only ever going to pizza restaurants, and that's it. We can't go anywhere different if she's going to be coming along. And if she does come along to an Italian restaurant, she doesn't eat. That's your problem. Eat when you get home or before.
What really made me dislike her was she complained about the food at a funeral. They made a sandwich spread but went on about it's gross multiple times.
Go home.
That is so... Because, okay, like the food at a funeral is usually like either something really easy that everybody will like, or it's like one of, the person that passes favorites.
Yeah, it's like
So it's like, you gotta tread carefully complaining about that.
It's like, if it's just like somebody went to the grocery store and got a whole like 200 deli sandwiches and just to be quick and easy.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But yeah, if it's like, oh, grandpa loved apple pie and that's the only dessert here, and this chick is like, I fucking hate apple pie, throws it on the floor.
So I had a dinner yesterday and I invited everyone but my son's wife. Son wasn't invited either, but he was on a business trip. My other daughter-in-law posted it online and I got a call from the one that wasn't uninvited. She was pissed I didn't invite her and asked why. I told her it's due to her being an embarrassment at dinners and I won't be inviting her to dinners. She called me a jerk and hung up. I mean, like, complaining, like, you're a liability if you're just a complainer.
Yeah.
Like, you are a liability. You're going to bring my mood down.
Yeah.
You're going to bring everybody's mood down. Like,
you're going to probably cost us more time and money. You're going to piss off the restaurant people.
Like, when it's a big group too, you can't complain about where you're going.
Yeah.
You just got to go with the flow. And if they don't have what you like,
and I
order fries.
That's what I was just going to say.
Order fries and order order anything in the world.
Anything that you actually like. That's what I was just going to say. It's like, how many places are going to have 0 items you like? That seems impossible to me. Otherwise, I'd just be like, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm not feeling Indian food. I'm just going to have water and just be quiet. Just shut up. I'm not this picky.
Now my son is on my ass and I'm wondering if I should apologize or not.
No.
I mean,
I would do that. I'd be like, no, you are a headache and you're going to cause drama. And we're having we're having whatever the spread is tonight. And you either eat it or be quiet. And if you comment, I'm kicking you out. So do you want to come here and get kicked out and cause a scene? Or do you just not want to come?
There are a couple edits on here saying, like, if she has an eating disorder on the spectrum, that doesn't excuse being rude, which is true. Like, complaining about, like, sour cream on my plate. Like, come on.
You remember that one time I made dinner for... We had guests over, and I made dinner, and I made a specific... So, the 3 people that were there ate vegetarian, and I made 3 vegetarian meals, and then I made 1 meat meal, and I was... done correctly, and I did them all this, like, treated them all the same, but like one of them just happened to be meat.
Oh, and they brought a pizza.
It literally had 1 kernel of corn on the meat, and he wouldn't eat it. And he went and got it. He went to the gas station and got a cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza, and I was like,
you know what?
I made a whole meal.
I literally was just about, like, when I saw this article, I thought about the same exact person.
Yeah, I was just like,
that's on another level.
Yeah, if it was like, you don't like corn, I'm just not going to serve you corn with your meat. That's totally fine. Some people, I don't like corn.
Okay,
but it was literally 1 kernel of corn had happened to get on the meat, and he's like, no.
I can't understand, like, a phobia.
Like, grow up.
I know, but I can understand like, there are phobias out there.
Yeah, I'm afraid of
But
corn.
at that point in time, like, yeah, you gotta have some sort of therapy to get through that.
Have some class. Like, it was really rude in my opinion, because I think we were doing something afterwards. So it was like, we're gonna eat a big meal, we're gonna chow down because we're probably not gonna eat for several hours, and then we have something in our system. And yeah, he went and got a pizza. It was very rude.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Yeah, it made it awkward because he just, like, I don't even know if, I think we give it to the beans or something. The fear of corn is, oh my gosh, this is a big word. Calampokiophobia.
Calampokiophobia.
That sounds fake.
Did you see that one TikTok where it was like tips on how to save money? Oh, I think I sent it to you.
Yes.
It's just him eating like a bowl of corn and then putting a sifter underneath the toilet, shitting, spraying down the shit so it's just the corn remaining.
And then he sits there and he's like, so funny.
I'll have to put it out.
So stupid. But that is smart. That is economically smart.
So nasty.
So gross. Yeah, he's just like takes a beat before he actually eats it. Oh man.
Okay, one of the edits was, if you have an eating disorder or on the spectrum, it doesn't excuse you from being, like, you know how to act.
Yeah. I feel like,
and she also said that nobody likes her. Like, it's not just her. Nobody likes how she acts.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's the one.
See, and I feel bad for the son because he's probably not being invited to events because of her. It's like that one person I talked to about at work. It's like they think everybody else is a dick. They think everybody else is a problem. They think everybody else is, being a bully. And it's like, 100 people can't be bullies. It's probably you.
Yeah.
Same thing with this family. It's like,
there's always one in the group. And
not every single solitary person in this family is an asshole. You're the common denominator. What could it possibly?
Yeah, there's always one asshole in the group.
Yeah.
And if there's no assholes in the group, you're the asshole.
It's definitely.
Do you have any more?
Am I the asshole for telling my family to stop asking my son if he has a girlfriend? I'm just so sick of my family and even complete strangers asking my children if they have girlfriends. I've asked them, 44 female and 70 female, multiple times to stop, and now it's leading to this. I'm assuming that's the relatives. After being asked more than a couple of times, oh, no. My son, who is 6, said yes, Sally, who's 5, was his girlfriend. And I've explained to my family, I've tried to explain
so they're asking if these young
6-year-old, if he has a girlfriend.
6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
So that used to be a thing, right? Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Cannot be a thing anymore.
When it was
like, how is that still a thing? That was like old people thing when
this was probably from a week ago when they posted it.
Oh my god.
Well, last week he was talking to me about Sally and said, she's my girlfriend, even if she keeps saying stop that. Now, of course, that caught my attention. I turned serious and said, if she's telling you to stop saying that, then you need to stop saying it right now. And I explained that both people have to agree. So they're talking about how he should be put in this position, and Sally is the fake name, should also not be put in this situation because she's 5. Why can't they just be kids? The thought of my son pestering her to be his girlfriend makes me sick, which is good parenting. I've since spoken to the relatives and they've tried to laugh it off. This time I put my foot down and said, no, your constant badgering has confused my son. You've made him feel like he has to have a girlfriend. Don't ask again. Only talk about it if they come up to you and say they have a girlfriend. They won't be asking again. My only regret is allowing them to brush me off in the past. Thinking about it, maybe I'm the asshole for not being really firm once the problem was caused.
Well, you're not the asshole. You're doing everything you can.
Yeah. I can see if it was like this person was 20, it's still rude no matter what. But it's like if the person was like 20, like, hey, like, how's school? What's your job? Are you seeing anybody? Like, tell me about yourself. Like that line of questioning I think is pretty common for adults, not a 6-year-old. That's so gross and it's so inappropriate. And then it's like
I think I don't know, I go back and forth because
I think it's rude no matter what, but I'm just saying I can see it being more appropriate when they're 25, something.
I don't think the question's appropriate like ever, but I think it's fine to ask it too.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just don't think it's appropriate because there's so many different scenarios of like dating. Like let's say you're just your boyfriend girlfriend for like a month and then your relative's like, oh, are you seeing anyone? What are you gonna say?
You're right.
For real, you're gonna say no, I'm not.
Yeah.
But it like puts you in this weird position, like, oh, should I say something or should I not? And then I don't know. I just think somebody should say when they want to.
Right.
Like, this is my boyfriend. Launching them.
Yeah. Also, it kind of goes back to being gay because what if the 6-year-old boy was confused and he's having feelings about boys?
Maybe that's why I think it's inappropriate because I am gay and I hated that question.
I hated that question.
Die every single time. I'd be like, oh, I don't know.
I think that's what makes it confusing and even more inappropriate because what if the 6-year-old boy is gay and he doesn't know what it means yet and he is having confusing feelings about boys and everyone's like, girlfriend, 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 do you have a girlfriend?
Okay.
And
anyone under 18, it should be illegal to ask that question.
Jail.
Above 18, fine, but still great. Inappropriate.
Yeah, not great. Because people would always ask me all the time. They're like, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend? And I felt like I had to have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I had a girlfriend from probably like 5th grade until 9th grade. Constantly, I had a girlfriend because I was like, I have to have a girlfriend because that's what people expect, and I also don't want people knowing I'm gay, so I have to have a girlfriend. It was awful and I felt like a bad person because I'm like, I don't really like this person, but we were friends first, so that made it kind of easier, but we just put the title on it. Yes, this girl's my girlfriend, and I could blow people off with that. But even after my last girlfriend, I joked and I was like, girlfriends are too expensive. I'm not having a girlfriend. I don't have time for that. I'm just having fun. And most people would take that as a funny joke answer, and then they'd be like, yeah, I get it. There's no time for them. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm just trying to do school right now. And that some people accepted that, but then
Gay. Okay, am I the ass? It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Am I the asshole for taking the money my grandparents saved for college and agreeing with them that my half-sister isn't their grandkid? I will try to keep this short. I am 18, and when I was around 10, my mom cheated on my father and got pregnant. This resulted in my half-sister, Kathy. Soon after, my parents cut my grandparents out of their life. My parents stayed together. I turned 18 3 months ago, and my grandparents reached out. They informed me over lunch that when Kathy was born, they made it clear they do not see her as a grandkid, that she is a product of my mom cheating on her son. They refused to make a college fund for her, and my parents cut them out due to it. They informed me that I have a college fund from them, and I decided to take it. I came home and kept it to myself. I have been reconnecting with them, and it came to my head today. My parents learned who I was hanging out with. Oh, it came to a head today. My parents learned who I was hanging out with. This resulted in an argument for taking the money when they shunned Kathy. I told them they were right to not consider her a grandkid and to screw them for. I told them they were right to not consider Kathy a grandkid and to screw them for cutting them out of my life. They haven't talked to me since, and I'm doubting myself.
The grandparents or the mom?
The parents.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Since it was asked multiple times, Kathy, bio dad, has partial custody, and my dad has never adopted her, which, according to some Redditors, means that bio dad has to give up his rights.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's asshole for taking the money.
No. Also, it's their money. They can do whatever they want with it.
This is true. This world is a cruel place, and if you get the money, however you get the money, I just don't think that there's issue in that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aside from like actually murdering people, maybe. See example, morphine here, you know, people who created fentanyl here.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Maybe those people are in the wrong, but it's hard, I think. Technically, you know, Kathy isn't. But it's like...
It is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
It's their daughter, the grandparents' daughter, that had the affair.
No. The grandparents are parents to the son.
Okay.
And the
then
mom.
Yeah. Then yeah. I guess I can see I can see it as
technical rules
yeah,
there.
Yeah. The ebb and flow of the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Then that's the wife's kid, not my grandkid. So I get that. Okay. But I was thinking it was their daughter who had the affair and got pregnant. Then I was like, then that's mean for cutting because it's not the grandkid's fault, but it's the son.
But I think at the same time, it's still not the grandkid's fault. And so, like, how alienating to, like, exclude them from everything.
Because now the older sister has a leg up to go to school, and the younger kid has to struggle. And
they don't have grandparents, you know what I mean? Like, the bio dad has partial custody. Okay, so that makes a little bit different, I guess.
I guess my thought, too, is, like, good for my sister. That's how I would think. I'd be like, sucks for me. I didn't get anything because my mom's a skank.
Yeah.
And like, I'm happy my sister can go to college now and further her education and do that route. And I feel like you would be the exact same. You'd be like, oh my God, the twins got a full college scholarship from grandma or money from grandma. I think you'd probably be stoked for them. And then once they're smart and they're rich, they can give you their money.
Yes.
I think that's how they should do it. Am I the asshole for not listening to my parents about what they want me to do with my body? I, 17, am assigned male at birth, but I identify as gender fluid, which means that sometimes I dress or act more feminine than usual. Recently, I've expressed interest to my parents in wanting to grow my hair out a little bit longer instead of the shorter styles I have had in the past. They said no, absolutely not. So when I went in for my last hair appointment at the beginning of the month, I told my hairstylist only do a trim instead of a full cut. When I got home, my parents were pissed. I got yelled at and told, "You look stupid with long hair. I don't know why you like it like that." Ever since then, they have been making snide comments about my bangs being in my eyes, and sometimes it really hurts. Also, I'm a little overweight, and I realize that I have been trying to eat less and eat better and do some more walking, but they've always made comments like, "Do you want to die young?" or "You'll have a heart attack if you keep this up." When in reality, my parents have always been food pushers. If I didn't have seconds at dinner, they would make comments like, "What? Didn't you like what I made?" or even be guilt-tripped into seconds. This is all probably going to come to a head after I turn 18. I've expressed interest in getting my septum pierced because I have tried some fake piercings in the past and they looked really good on me. But my parents have already told me that if I get one, they would kick me out without any hesitation. After I turn 18, I really want to get my septum pierced and a semicolon tattoo on my wrist due to some things in the past I've had to deal with.
Parents should not be parents.
Yep. Yeah, I think if you're going to kick your kid out, like, unless your kid is, you know, constantly, like, robbing you or something, or, like, comes home
like
and
murdering people.
Yeah, if your kid's a serial killer, if your kid comes home and trashes your house several times, I'd be like, no, get the fuck out. But it's like, if you want to grow your hair out, you shouldn't be a parent. If you're that strict as being a person, you shouldn't ever have children.
Oh, yeah. Hair is such an important part of, like, identity.
Yeah.
You've heard the song by Lady Gaga. Like, I'm as free as my hair. Because she
mm.
always expressed through her hair too. Like
Yeah, because it's such like
hair is so important.
it's such an upfront statement. I guess I'm just such an advocate for being who you are. So it's like if I knew my kid was gender fluid and they asked to have long hair, I'd be like, do it up if it makes you feel pretty,
Well,
if
like,
it makes you
how
feel
harmless.
nice, and how it has absolutely nothing to do with. I can see the septum ring.
Piercings too. I think that's harmless because you can take a piercing out.
Well, especially your septum. It's
not permanent.
Yeah, like an eyebrow ring, like that's right here, and it's probably gonna leave a scar. Or even like your lips. Like sometimes lips leave scars. But it is also
it's
harmless.
so minuscule.
Yeah, it is. In the
like
long run.
I've had people point out like their lip, and I'm like, I would have never.
Yeah, it looked like like you popped a zit a couple times or something. Yeah, I can see.
Piercings are so minuscule, unless you're getting like infections and shit. You know,
Yeah,
piercing it somewhere illegal.
Yeah, if you're not taking care of it and you're getting sick or something, I'd be like, you need to stop. Like, calm down.
Your kids are not your dolls.
Yeah, it's also very harmful to not let your kids express themselves because it can cause resentment and trauma. And
well, even like the weight thing, I'm like, oh
yeah. I remember my grandma called me chubby when I was 8. I was like, cool. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, grandma's old and mean.
When you're that, I would say prior to 18, 10 to 17, you do not want to be your parents so hard.
Yeah.
So if your parents are like, and I think it's just a natural thing, even if you love your parents to death, I think it's just like you want to you break from the pack, kind of like you want to go against the grain.
Yeah, you want to be your own person.
Yeah, you want to be your own person. So I think everybody just kind of has that like natural rebellious phase, or maybe they don't. I don't know. I think everybody does to some degree.
Yep.
And so saying like, no, you can't do that.
I would.
That's the last thing. Like, if you don't want somebody to, like a kid, to do something, that's the last thing you do is tell them not to do it.
Yep.
Because they're gonna do it.
I would be more nervous if the kid was a perfect, amazing little angel, because I'd be like, what are you doing in the background?
Right.
If they didn't ask if you're like, no, I don't want you to get a septum, and the person was like, okay, no problem, mother. I'd be like, she has 25 vagina piercings.
Yeah, I was gonna say her twat is fully pierced.
Fully pierced. It looks like fucking chainmail down there.
Was it my turn?
Yep.
What's a brand? This is Ask Reddit. What's a brand or company that just kind of disappeared without people noticing? I feel like Sprint, kind of, but they're still a thing, aren't they?
They're still a thing. I remember Hollister and Abercrombie being the peak of rich.
They're still a thing too.
They're both still a thing, but I just remember being like, if you didn't have Abercrombie or Hollister, you were a poor loser. And now I never see anybody wearing either of those.
Yeah.
I know both stores are still in the mall here.
Pandora. The app.
Oh, it's like the jewelry store?
No, but the app.
Oh, yeah.
The music app.
8-Tracks.
Don't talk about 8-Tracks like that.
I'm trying to think. What else? I think of food. When I was a kid, there was Kool-Aid or Jell-O drink packs. You remember those? So they would be on the shelves and they would be a liquid, and then you'd put them in the refrigerator and they would harden into Jell-O. So they were like those squeeze. They were like this tall. I don't even know what they were called. They were so good. We'd always get them camping.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
We'd always get them camping. There was another type.
You know what? Whoa! You unlocked memory thing. Yeah. What were they called?
I can't think of it.
Oh,
I just remember being like guzzling them.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. That's crazy.
They were so good. Or the Flintstones push pops. My aunt.
Those are so good too.
My aunt would get those, and I would run to the freezer every single time. Here's fat little me, like, I want a Flintstone push pop. Oh.
One of them was Sobe.
Oh yeah.
The drinks.
My friend was obsessed with those.
They were so good.
They were so good.
Ask Jeeves.
Oh yeah, the little paperclip guy.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Do you remember that commercial?
No.
Head on, apply directly to the forehead.
No. What's that? What is it?
Headache relief.
Or what was the RLS?
I want to be one less. Oh no, that's HPV.
Oh yep. Also good to be one less.
ONELESS. Skype.
Oh yeah. I remember that's how we talked every day when we first started dating. I would be so excited to Skype Thomas,
Yeah.
and then it would always cut out, and it was like, yeah, it would actually work if you paid for it. So I'd be like, talk to Thomas for 10 minutes, and it would just shut off, and I'm like, fuck, we're in the middle of it talking.
Cream saver candies. Those were so good. Quiznos.
Quiznos stops. The little googly eyed hamster thing.
Yeah.
I remember those are such funny commercials. I was like, what crackhead invented these?
Orange Julius. That's so true.
Oh yeah, they were so good.
They had one in the mall.
Yep. And then it was
that's DQ, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They own it.
And so is it just not a thing anymore?
They just combined it. They just got rid of that.
DQ.
Yeah.
But you can still get Orange Julius.
You can still get Orange Julius's. There's just not specific Orange Julius stores.
The timer went off though.
Jingle jangle.
Farewell.
So long, farewell. Our feet are schnitzel, goodbye.
But thanks for listening.
Yeah, today was a good day. Thank you for the books. I'm very excited.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yep, I'm excited to read it.
I know, I got Zach's presents and he was like, he ordered plants and both of my presents were plant related. I'm like, well, I could give them, I could give it to you now.
Wait 3 weeks or do it now, which is actually perfect. So Thomas also got me a dirt mat. So you put it on the floor and you can repot plants in it, and it makes cleanup easier because my planting area is always a mess and covered in dirt.
Yeah,
so
it's just dirt on the floor. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Thanks for coming.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Tell all your friends.
All right, bye everybody.
Okay, bye. End.
Yes, end is for ending.
I hit end.
A full month in, no snow. Isn't that crazy?
Well, now you ruined it. Jinx it.
I don't think so. I don't think it's in the snow.
God damn it, Thomas.
Thanks for listening to Flamingly Unfiltered.
Now available on Amazon, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple.
Receive updates on Instagram.
Start the week off strong with Zach and Thomas.